What is going on, guys? Hey, I wanted to come back to you. I wanted to bring you an interview with Jesse Lee Peterson. And Jesse is talking to a Dr. Sabrina Strings. And she is a Black Studies professor in California. And yeah, I mean, it's not even real. It's not even real. But again, that's what they teach nowadays. But they talk about certain racial issues and other woke ideologies like fat phobia and gender and whatever. And the issue, the reason why I wanted to bring this video to attention is because we can't be honest about anything nowadays. You can't be honest. You can't be real. You can't state things that you know to be true because you might hurt somebody's feelings. And that really is what the issue is. That is really scary. That you can't say things. You can't speak up. They don't want you to. They don't want you to speak it up because, again, you might hurt the feelings of others. And that is truly what's happening. So you better be quiet. You better keep that to yourself. And when you do so, you lose any sense of reality. And the country does. The Western world does. But guys, watch this.
But you do know fat when you see it, right?
That's exactly what I'm countering. No.
You don't know fat when you see it?
What I know is that there's a variety of different fat people.
I can see you walking down the road or you at some event. And I can see you walking through the event and you see fat women over there. You're thinking, oh, those are fat women over there. You may not say it, but you recognize a fat woman when you see her.
I'm not saying I've never seen fat people.
I rest my case.
Fat people exist.
I rest my case.
How is that your case?
We know fat when we see it.
But that's different from assuming that any type of person that you identify as fat is unhealthy. That's wrong.
No, a fat person is an unhealthy person.
That's why I've been asking you, what do you mean when you say that?
They have high blood pressure.
None of this is verifiable.
They have some type of medical issue.
Okay, we may as well leave this
alone. Their legs are swollen.
No, none of this is right.
They can barely walk.
Incorrect.
But so I got to ask this.
Right now the problem is you can't be honest. That is what's really happening. They're telling you can't be honest about pretty much anything. Whether it comes to weight, to race, to gender, you can't be honest. You can't say the truth anymore because, again, you might offend somebody. And that is what the issue is. You might offend somebody. So, again, the majority of us know, I think everyone knows, whether or not somebody's overweight or not. And again, I'm not picking on anyone, but we all know. And no, you're not healthy if you're overweight. Now, I'm not saying a few extra pounds or whatever, but I'm saying, significantly overweight. You're not healthy. And people, they understand that. But again, we can't have the discussion because that would be, could hurt somebody's feelings. And that is an attack on that person. It's like, no, not everything is an attack. If it makes you feel bad, it doesn't mean it's an attack. Not everyone's attacking you. If a doctor tells you that you have cancer or you have some of the problem, doesn't mean he or she is attacking you. They're trying to tell you something. And people have got to get beyond this idea that you have to feel good all the time. Again, sometimes being compassionate, being truly compassionate, involves hurting people's feelings. Because again, that's not real.
And what is racism?
Racism is treating people differently on the basis of race, which was invented by colonists. And racism is specifically targeting non-white persons because it was invented by white people to maintain white power.
So when black people treat white people differently, are they being racist?
No, they're being bigoted.
Are they being racist toward white people?
No, you can't be racist toward white people.
Why not?
Because whiteness
that doesn't make sense.
No, racism and white supremacy are the same thing. So you can't be racist to white people.
Why not?
You can be bigoted to white people, but not racist.
What's the difference between bigoted and racism?
If we're talking about the use of words. So racism, when you are being racist toward another person, that's about power. I don't have any type of institutional power in the United States to be racist toward white people. This is coming from individuals who have the institutional power to cause harm by treating different people of different races differently.
But that doesn't make sense, because black people treat each other that way. They treat white people, when blacks are treating each other that way, are they being racist toward each other?
Yeah, black people can definitely be anti-black. Yeah, that goes on.
And is that racism?
Yeah, sure.
Amazing.
We gotta be honest, this whole idea that if you're black, you can't be a racist, it's nothing but bullshit. Number one, there's no such thing as racism. There really is not. It's hate. That's all it is. And they put a special label on it, a special word, to describe a certain form of hate. But it's all hate. And again, this whole idea that you can't be racist towards white people, but you can towards blacks because white people, they have more power. No, they don't. Again, right now, you can say whatever you want about white folks. You can say whatever you want. And it's okay. Because again, you're oppressed. You're black. You're oppressed. You've gone through this, that, and the other. Even if you went through nothing at all. Which again, people nowadays that are being born, they haven't gone through anything. Nothing at all. You know, again, you could have some 20-year-old black kid that grew up in the lap of luxury, but he's somehow oppressed because he's black. It's not even close to being true. But again, what they're doing is they're getting you to believe that. And a white kid that's 20 grows up in a bad family environment, no money, but again, they have special privilege because of the magical color of their skin. That's not real. And again, you can say whatever you want if you're black or brown about white folks, and that's okay because you're black and brown. But if you're white and you say something even true, even real about black folks, again, you're racist because again, you're white. You can't say that. But this whole idea that white people have power and black people don't is again false. Right now, you can say whatever you want, do whatever you want. But again, this whole idea is ridiculous.
I never said white people were the enemy.
You call them racist?
I did not just say white people were racist.
You did. You've been saying it all day.
No, I did not.
What'd you call them?
I said that you can get a variety of different types of white people, some of whom I love, but that the problem is whiteness, institutionalized racism.
So the white people that you love, are they whiteness?
That doesn't make any sense. Well, whiteness is the cultural sea that we are swimming in.
Wow. That's amazing you think that. Do you really think it, or are you saying it because it makes money to say it?
It doesn't make a whole lot of money to critique whiteness. It makes a lot more money to try to be more white.
Why do black kids want to live in black dormitory when they go to white schools, when they don't have to go to a white school, but they go to white schools, and now they want separate dormitories in different schools? Why is that?
Okay. You know how there was slavery, right? Now, the thing with slavery is that when black people were freed, we're kind of partially free, now we weren't giving any resources. So what we're dealing with in this country is there's always been this white power, and then there's been black people trying to figure out how to do for ourselves. It's not the case that black people can have the same things as white people in this place because those opportunities have been denied us, which is to say, you could go to a black school, but there aren't that many. Usually, as a black person being disempowered, you're going to need to go to a white school.
This whole idea of whiteness it's being wrong, it's being bad. Number one, we got to remember this country was founded and built by white men. White men from Europe that came over that built, and again, yes, sometimes fought and won and built a very good country. And again, if this country didn't exist, you wouldn't have a platform to speak. So again, this whole idea of whiteness is bad. No. Now, I'm not saying bad things didn't happen. But again, we got to be honest. This whole idea of whiteness is bad. Wait a minute. Right now, blackness is really what the issue is. I mean, again, I'm not saying black people, but I'm saying the black culture. The culture that says you don't have to get married. You don't have to, again, have two parents raise a child. That is what is a real issue in this country. The issue that 13% of the population commits over half of all violent crime is a problem. Again, right now, blackness is a real problem. This black culture, this black identity is what the issue is, in large part. But again, you can't say anything about whatever group, if they're black or brown or lesbian or gay or trans or whatever. You can't say anything. Why? Because those groups are viewed upon as victims. They're victims. And you can't say anything about victims. And they're not victims. They're making victims of other people, of other groups. But again, black disempowerment. Yeah, black disempowerment, I think is what she said. Black disempowerment is from telling a group of people they have equal rights, can do whatever they want to do. Go after whatever they want to go after. But black disempowerment is telling them they're oppressed, they can't, and the best thing for them to do is be angry.
This was way after the slave thing, right? Black people did better then than they do now. They bought land, they had big families, they got married, they created their own jobs when they needed to. They did everything, and they had whatever they wanted to have, and they didn't compare to themselves to the white people. Why is it that some kind of a reason the blacks have skipped over that time after slavery and saying that everything is to blame on slavery, when black people were doing much better after slavery and before the the so-called civil rights movement? They did better then. Why can't they continue to do that?
That's really kind of an interesting question, but one of the things that happens in America is that when black people protest, we're given some type of recognition for a short period of time, like during Reconstruction, right? So there was a few years after slavery in which black people were really making gains, entering Congress even, right? Buying lands, all of this stuff. Then these programs start to go away as white people determine that they've given away too much.
That's
and then we fight again. Civil rights movement. Oh, we get some gains. Oh, no, let's take those back. That's not why
they went away. They went away because blacks stopped being individuals and they got into the black thing.
Why would they do that if they were still doing well?
They listened to the civil rights movement.
Okay.
They listened to Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, the whole civil rights movement, and they brainwashed the people to believe they couldn't make it. So make us your leaders, let us think for you, tell you how to vote, we're going to get you welfare, and that's when everything went bad.
I don't think MLK ever mentioned that. I don't know if MLK mentioned welfare.
Well, I don't know if Martin Luther King himself mentioned it, but his movement was about that.
No.
This woman is wrong. And again, all she does, she thinks she's smart, thinks she's educated, whatever. But she's educated in such a way to where all she does is repeat what they tell her to say. That's it. That's all she does. There is no original thought. I guarantee that whatever way the crowd is going, go the opposite way. Because again, the crowd is always wrong. Remember that. The crowd is always wrong. The path to hell is wide. The road to hell is wide. The path to heaven is narrow. Remember that. Again, if you start following the crowd is going to lead you right to hell. There's nothing there. Nothing in what she is saying. Again, we have to remember civil rights destroyed the black family. Destroyed them. That and welfare. Again, civil rights was telling black people to be angry, to be mad at the white man from what he did and what he's doing and whatever. Again, the racists were coming together. And again, they should come together organically. But again, if you force people together, there's going to be problems. And especially when you tell a group of people to be angry, to be mad, like anger is somehow good. Anger is not good. Anger is evil. Anger is darkness. They're not helping you. They're using you. By getting you angry, you are their foot soldier. You are doing for them what they want done. It's not good. None of it is good. And people have got to recognize that. Again, but they're telling you, hey, look, be angry, be mad. And guess what? They also have all the power. So again, what they're telling you is don't look at yourself for the answers, for the reasons. Look outside of you. Look to other people. Blame other people. Fight with other people. And again, they're brainwashing you into fighting, into doing that, like that's somehow going to solve your problem. It's not. And again, they're giving you handouts. They're saying, because of this or whatever, we're going to give you handouts. We're going to give you money for how many kids you have. If you don't have a man in the house, as long as there is no father present, we're going to give you whatever money. And again, all that has done is destroyed the black family. I mean, again, in 1960, I think there was like 75% thereabouts of black families. They had a father and a mother in the home. Now it's like 25%. It's destroyed the black family. But again, they're getting you to believe the problem is out there. The same thing with feminism. The same thing with the LGBTQ stuff. They're getting you to believe the problem is out there. The problem is not. The problem is in you. It has always been. But guys, man, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks. You son of a